And then 5 minutes in, we're driving, we don't see her, we're slowing down, we don't see her, and then we got to the property, and she calls her sister that's with me, and she starts yelling at her sister. So today's Monday, January 28th, right? Is it? Yeah, it's January 28th, 2019, here in Sacramento. And man, as you guys can see, it's super nice out, like blue skies. I'm over here in the Thomas, as you guys can see around me, by a park right now, just getting ready to actually go out and show a house to a client of mine. She has been looking for a while now. It's crazy. You know how I made a video a couple days ago about how I hustle, and part of how I hustle is building relationships and continuing to stay in touch. So funny story, this client that I'm actually showing the house to, I've met her like a year and a half ago, right? During that time, she bought a house already in LA, and then recently she moved back because of an incident that occurred. So she sold the house in LA and came back here, but she remembered me. And she called me up and she says, Chia, I'm looking for another house again, and I want you to be my realtor because I remember how good you treated me when I was here looking for a house. So let's get going. And yeah, guys, doesn't get much better than that. Staying connected with the people that you're working with, and it's gonna provide fruit for your business on the long term. I guarantee it. Gotta walk back to my car right now, but you know how a few weeks ago I made a video about how it's not your fault? Well, I think some of you guys might have taken that out of context a little bit, because it's not necessarily always not your fault. Sometimes we're human, so we do make mistakes. So today I want to talk with you guys about when it really is your fault and why you're gonna have to own up to your mistakes, because we're human, we fail, and failing is part of our growth. Failing is what makes us better people in general. Failing is what makes us stronger, helps us to build that thick skin. So today I wanted to talk with you guys about that topic right there. When to recognize when it's really your fault and not the other party. So I'm gonna share my experience, and then you guys can apply this principle to yourself in whatever situation that you're in, whatever career you're in. So as an agent, sometimes things will go wrong during a inspection, or possibly even during the middle of the transaction. If we ordered a home inspection and there was items that was called that needed to be addressed, and we mentioned those items to be addressed, when the sellers say that they've addressed it, everything's good now, there's been times when I should know better and I should have gone out, like review the repairs before the final walkthrough. Because what ends up happening is that if I was too lazy and I told myself, you know what, we're just going to verify all the repairs together during the final walkthrough, why go now and look at it when I'm going to be going with a client anyways? Mistake there is I'm lazy, and mistake number two is I'm not preparing my client in advance about what's going to go down. So what ends up happening is when we do the final walkthrough together, and if the work was not done the way it was supposed to be finished, then there's all of these hiccups now that's going to happen in the middle of the transaction, whether the process is going to be delayed, or the buyer may not want to move forward no more. And this is probably my fault, and I'm gonna say it right now, a lot of time it's, if you're in that same boat and you know you could have prevented that hiccup from happening, then it's your fault. Because I know for a fact I could have prevented that from happening. And if I would have went ahead to the house and verified all the work before the final walkthrough, I would have at least caught those items that were not completed as promised by the sellers. And then from there, I could have mentioned it to the seller's agent to report back to the seller to go back and fix the issue before our final walkthrough date. You see what I mean here? I could have avoided all of these hiccups if I wasn't lazy and if I would have driven out there to go and double check the work before the final walkthrough date. For some of you guys that don't know what final walkthrough is, it's when you do the walkthrough within 48 hours before actually going to sign at the signing table. And because after the signing table, if everything's done, the wire has been transferred, keys gets delivered, and that's it. So it's really important that you do the final walkthrough to verify that the property is still intact and to make sure that they promise to address all those items that we have requested. Make sense? Look, we are so dry. As you can see, has no water. Thought that was pretty crazy. Alright, just got done showing my client, and since we are on the topic of owning up to your crap, because when you screw up, you gotta own it, right? I'm gonna own up to one thing that just happened like literally 5 minutes ago. So this client of mine, she's a little bit of an elderly lady. It's her and her sister that I'm showing the home to, and they drove 2 different cars. And they're not really tech savvy, so they have to like follow me when I'm driving. So as we were driving, and I promise I thought I was going as slow as I can, but a red light came, and one of the other sister got stopped by the red light. And then 5 minutes in, we're driving, we don't see her, we're slowing down, we don't see her, and then we got to the property, and she calls her sister that's with me, and she starts yelling at her sister. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Bang. This is Nathan over at Longevity Solar. How are you? I wanted to follow back up with you. I know I wasn't able to put together all those numbers for you, and you wanted me to follow up with you, but I tried to follow up and I didn't get an answer, so I just wanted to see if... Oh, no, actually, I do recall speaking with you. You went with Sunrun Direct. That's right. You already went going solar.
Yeah, I did.
My apologies about that, Mr. Bang. I'm sorry about that.
No worries, Nathan. You too, okay?
All right, bye-bye.
Alright, bye. You guys saw that? You guys heard that? So, like, this guy, he screwed up. See? I did not, like, script any of this up. I did not. That couldn't have happened at the better time. Like, on the topic, that guy screwed up. He called me thinking that he didn't call me back, but he did, and I already told him that I went with a different solar company. So, that was his fault. That was his fault. Hilarious. But anyways, going back to what I was saying, the lady that got stopped by the red light, my client, the sister, she ended up calling her sister and started saying, I'm not coming no more. I am pissed off. So, I screwed up again. I totally screwed up. I assumed she knew she was going because she had a GPS, but she couldn't open it up or something like that. So she got pretty frustrated and she went home. And of course I did call her to apologize, so we're on good terms. The sister says she'll be good, it's okay, it's okay. She wouldn't have liked that house anyway, so it was actually saving her time. So yeah, I screwed up again. Crazy. Okay, so I think you guys get the point. I'm gonna end the vlog right here. Basically, if you know that you screwed up and it is your fault, own up to your crap. Like, don't let it like linger longer than it should, because you know, at the end of the day, it's really your fault. You know, like, they come to you because you're the local expert, so you should act like the expert and own up to your crap. So I'm gonna end that here. If this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe because I make content video like this every single day. And like this video if you liked it. It does help me out a lot. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, peace out.